The older sister used ice to cool her earlobe, while the younger sister sterilized the needle with a match. They placed an apple under the earlobe, and then the younger sister, like a determined matron, pierced it. Just like that, an ear piercing was done. Why did the sisters do this? The two were originally a pair of twins, but when they were very young, their parents divorced. The long-haired sister lived with their mother in the UK, while the short-haired sister lived with their father in the US. In between, they never met. Sometimes, fate works in mysterious ways. During this summer camp, they were sent to the same camp. The first time they saw someone who looked just like them, they started bickering with each other. Next, they began to prank each other. While the older sister was playing cards, the younger sister came with money to join the game. Both got a good hand, and after betting all their money, the younger sister suggested that the loser should strip and dance like a fox. The older sister readily agreed. The older sister had a straight from ace to 5, but the younger sister had an even better royal flush. The older sister, accepting her loss, just jumped into the fox dance when the younger sister took her clothes away. This really set the stage for their rivalry. The next day, when the younger sister returned for a nap, she found her bed and luggage all moved to the roof. At night, she and her roommate quietly went to the older sister's room with honey, rope, basketball sauce, foam, and cooking oil. The next day, when the older sister woke up, the room was covered in cobwebs, and the floor was smeared with honey. They just happily observed from outside. Then, all sorts of traps were triggered. When they thought it was all over, something even bigger happened. At this moment, the principal came for a surprise inspection. The younger sister quickly blocked the door to stop him because there was an even bigger trap above. However, the principal insisted on going in. As a result, he was demoted and got a headful of something. The director hurriedly pushed the principal aside, and then, they accidentally pulled a stuffed doll, which led to a shower of confetti. This really infuriated the principal. The two were locked in a small dark room at the top of the mountain, still not yielding to each other. The older sister was writing, while the younger sister wanted to sleep. One turned the light on, the other turned it off, and the room's light kept flickering. Anyone who didn't know better would think they were having a disco party. The next day, a strong wind suddenly blew. The younger sister hurried to close the window, but no matter how hard she tried, she couldn't move it. The older sister quickly came over to help. After they managed to close the window, they exchanged a smile, signaling a truce. Later, they discovered they shared a common hobby. Both loved eating chocolate dipped in peanut butter. The older sister grew up without a father, and the younger sister without a mother. Even more strangely, they shared the same birthday. It seemed like they suddenly realized something and both took out photos they had. To their surprise, the photos fit together perfectly. This meant they were twin sisters. All these years, their parents never remarried, indicating they still deeply loved each other. The younger sister suddenly had a bold idea. When the summer camp ended, they would swap identities. Even if they were found out, the worst that could happen was they'd be switched back. When their parents met again, there was a chance they might get back together. The twin sisters planned to swap identities and live at each other's homes for a while. First, they needed to get familiar with each other's family members and surroundings. Then, they learned each other's little games. To look more alike, the older sister not only cut her long hair but also let the younger sister pierce her ear. When the summer camp ended, they both wore each other's clothes and set off. The housekeeper came to pick up the younger sister. After some interaction, the housekeeper didn't notice anything unusual. The younger sister happily got into the car, but as she got closer to home, she started to feel nervous. When she saw her kind grandfather, she relaxed completely. Perhaps this is the power of blood ties. Upon seeing her mother, she rushed over and was so emotional that she even shed tears. The younger sister went with her mother to her bridal shop. Her mother is a world-renowned wedding dress designer. Looking at the beautiful dresses her mother designed, she thought how beautiful her mother would look wearing one. Things weren't as lucky for the older sister. Several times in the car, he almost gave himself away. When he got home, the dog kept barking at him. Luckily, dogs can't talk. What he didn't expect was that his dad found a new girlfriend. The nanny told him, "This woman doesn't look like a good person at all. She's definitely after your dad's money." To break them up, the sister used all sorts of little tricks. But the girlfriend didn't care at all. The sister hurriedly called her younger sister, hoping she would come back soon to help. But the younger sister was having a great time at their mom's place and didn't want to return so soon. She hung up after a brief moment of concern. When the dad wanted to talk about his girlfriend, the sister either quickly mentioned their mom or turned and ran away. She jogged all the way back to her room. The nanny had long noticed the sister's odd behavior, and the sister finally confessed the truth. Instead of getting angry, the nanny excitedly hugged her and insisted on cooking her a delicious meal. No matter how much the sister didn't want to hear it, the dad still mentioned he was getting married, so the sister had to urgently contact her younger sister. After the two of them discussed a plan, the younger sister realized their grandpa was just outside the phone booth. He had no choice but to tell the truth. Not only did the grandpa not blame him, but he also strongly supported him in telling their mom. When the younger sister revealed she wasn't the sister, the mom happily hugged him, which even moved the butler nearby. Although she was very reluctant, The mom still planned to follow the agreement from years ago and switch the two of them back. Realizing she was about to see their dad, the mom suddenly became nervous. She didn't know how to face their dad. After all, they hadn't seen each other for a year. They say alcohol gives you courage, so as soon as she got out of the car, she downed a bottle of staggering donkey, only to see their dad getting cozy with his girlfriend. The dad was also completely bewildered when he saw the mom. When the mom went upstairs to ask what was going on, the two sisters finally told the truth. The dad was about to get married, and he wanted the mom to come over to stop them. After seeing the mom, the dad searched all over the hotel and finally saw her by the pool. He kept staring at the mom, not even noticing where he was stepping. Although the scene was a bit chaotic, the two of them happily started chatting. Dad was puzzled about why mom was there. At this moment, the two sisters came over and explained the situation. Instead of getting angry, Dad excitedly hugged them. To reconcile their parents, the sisters had rented a cruise ship and decorated it like in the photo. Many years have passed. Dad now owns a vineyard, and Mom has become a wedding dress designer. They both have fulfilled their dreams from the pawn shop. I didn't know that you wanted me to. Well, it really doesn't matter anymore. The next day, when they were about to part, the sisters, unwilling to separate, wore the same clothes, making it hard for their parents to tell them apart. The sisters invited their parents to go camping, but when it was time to leave, they found that Mom had switched with the girlfriend. This was Mom's deliberate arrangement, hoping they could get to know each other better in advance. The girlfriend was initially reluctant because she didn't like outdoor activities. After just a few steps, she was already so tired that she sat down on the ground. The sisters started a new prank, first putting rocks in her bag and then placing a lizard on her water bottle, scaring the girlfriend into screaming. Then the younger sister put it on her head. At night, they replaced the girlfriend's mosquito repellent with sugar water, almost letting the mosquitoes bite her into a toad. In the middle of the night, they pulled another prank, dragging the girlfriend out of the tent and all the way to the water. When the girlfriend woke up the next day and saw the little bird on her, she was startled and then fell straight into the water. Early in the morning, she was very angry. She kicked the things on the ground away and firmly demanded that Dad choose between her and the sisters. Dad finally saw the girlfriend's true colors. In the evening, Dad showed off his collection, and Mom saw a bottle labeled Endless Dreams. The two of them still couldn't take that crucial step. They decided to part ways. In the pouring rain, they got into the car to leave. When Mom and sister returned home, Jing was sitting in Grandpa's seat, eating with her younger sister. "What are you doing here? It took us about 30 seconds after you guys left to realize we didn't want to lose you two again. I made the mistake of not coming after you once, Lizzie. I'm not going to do that again, no matter how brave you are." With the joint efforts of the two sisters, the family of four was finally reunited. Mom and Dad resumed their shamelessly happy life. The movie, The Parent Trap, ends here. A 1998 American comedy film. This movie is a remake of the 1961 American film, The Parent Trap. Lohan won the Young Artist Award for Best Young Actress for her dual-role performance in the film. Well, if you want to see more great movie reviews, please follow me. Bye-bye.